We're in Booty Street Food. It's our Bywater street food mecca.
Kevin Farrell and his partner are excited. They're about to open their first restaurant. Booty's on the corner of Louisa and Dolphine in the Bywater is hip and trendy. They mix one-of-a-kind drinks and serve exotic street food indoors.
Pretty much the food you would find in open-air markets in Southeast Asia or in little bodegas in South America. It's almost like a universal experience. Bywater feels like the center of the universe to me. It just feels like my home. There's a magnetic attraction here for me. And as soon as we found this building, it was just love at first sight.
The building is 155 years old and housed what used to be Driscoll's Pharmacy. Like most of the properties in New Orleans, this one also has a story.
When we were renovating the building, we found a bunch of old pharmacy manuals in the attic. And when we were sort of laying the foundation, when we were digging it up, we found all these old pharmacy bottles. And some say like milk of magnesia in 1908. And we found all of these just old artifacts from what this building used to be. And it was so exciting. And it sort of played into the name of the space. There was buried treasure here. And we just kept digging it up.
Kevin and his partner didn't find gold, but it sure felt like it. Instead, they dug up history. A past Walter Driscoll and his sister, Dorothy, left behind 42 years ago.
I remember so much about it. It was my whole life. You know, I wasn't the pharmacist, but I was a part of it.
The two owned and operated Driscoll's Pharmacy, a business first opened by their parents in 1926. Eventually, Walter became a pharmacist and Dorothy was his assistant until 1968 when the business was dismantled.
We went all through the Depression. You know, in the 1930s, World War II, all kind of things happened during that time.
The neighborhood was deteriorating bad. Everything was starting to fall apart down there.
The final straw came after Dorothy was held up and Walter was shot in the face. Today, the two don't live here, but Dorothy still owns the home next to the old pharmacy. She says she's glad she never sold the place because she always knew this neighborhood would make a comeback. Today, new businesses and freshly painted homes are breathing life back into Bywater. It's the reason Kevin and his team are here, restoring the brilliance of what was. And as for these old bottles, once clean, they'll be displayed by the bar.